We welcome you to Germantown Academy for the Jim Fennerly Make-A-Wish Tournament. Getting ready for some boys basketball action. GA taking on the Academy at Palumbo. Corey Miller alongside Jack Luviano. Jack, should be a great game tonight, especially when you consider Make-A-Wish Tournament, GA and Palumbo. It's a great tradition, especially since we're honoring Mr. Fennerly here tonight.
Yep, obviously playing for a great cause. Also going to be a great basketball game, so couldn't be more excited.
Senior point guard Jake Shue in the starting lineup tonight, and it is terrific to see him out there. Announced his commitment to the University of Pennsylvania to play football there next year. Here today. He's open to the corner. Catch and shoot to start things off. It's good. What a resounding start for the senior point guard. He tore his ligament in the second game of the football season, missed the rest of the season. Played in his first basketball game earlier this week against Friends Central, and back in the starting lineup here tonight. So great to see him out there. 3-0 early on for GA. Casey Traina intercepts a pass, spotting people away. Can't finish. Marvin put back. That won't go. Back out to Shue, looking to cash in after missed layup attempts. Marvin from three, connects.
As you said earlier, Corey, it's great to see Jake Shue back out there. You know, he's worked so hard to get back where he needs to be, and he'll still be on limited minutes tonight, coming back off that foot injury, but, you know, it's great to see him out there at all.
You're going to notice a large crowd for GA. Won't move at all or won't say anything. Smith, as he gets this layup to go. Palumbo taking a timeout quickly. A great start for the Patriots.
Phenomenal start for GA, and they only need 2 more points until those fans will go absolutely crazy.
Tying back to that point, silent night basketball game, a tradition here at the second game boys basketball game. The GA crowd remaining completely silent until GA scores that 10th point, and we are on the precipice of that here with 8. Leading 8-0, the early three by Jake Shue to get us started. Marvin follow up with a three-pointer of his own. And then Blake Smith, the latest layup attempt. Was good. It was actually funny. In practice this week, some of the seniors were telling the underclassmen, hey, you can't get that 10th point. That's going to be one of us.
Freshman Flynn Brooks told me today, he said, if I take that shot for that 10th point, Blake Smith's going to kill me. So I know they're feeling that now.
Well, he can't take that shot, at least right now.
Because he's not in the game.
All starting 5 players for GA are seniors. It'll probably be them getting that 10th point. Shot for Palumbo. Won't go down. Traina to Shue. Looking for point number 10. We're already up 8-0. Traina driving in. Smith in the corner for 3. Can't connect. Marvin to the rebound. Powers it out to Putnam on the drive. Can he get 10 here? Yes, he can! The crowd erupts here at Germantown Academy. Cole Putnam, the senior forward, getting us to point number 10. GA up 10-0. Crowd on their feet now. Blake Smith intercepts the pass, looking to extend the GA lead. In on the basket, Smith with the finish.
What a move from Blake Smith. GA hasn't had a crowd like this behind them all year, so it seems like they're really playing off them right now.
Yeah, we mentioned how during the girls live stream, we couldn't have this tournament last year due to COVID.
It's also worthy to note, as Corey said earlier, this is only the second game this season that GA is starting all 5 of their seniors. They had Casey Traina with a little sickness at the start of the season, and they had Jake Shue obviously hurt his second game back, so they look really good with all 5 seniors out there.
Shue and Traina missing 4 and 3 games respectively. Marvin, he's going to try another 3. Goes in and out. Rebound to Palumbo. Fast pace so far. Good start for GA. 12-0 early on.
And it's great to see. Against LaSalle last weekend, I think it's safe to say GA looks scared out there, and they'll be the first ones to tell you that, the players on the floor. They don't look scared right now. You know, they're going at the basket hard. They're trying to get, like, they want this right now. They're not scared at all.
No foul called there as Traina drove to the basket. First sub of the game, you see Shue coming out. They want to budget his time. Already added a three-pointer there. It'll be Brooks coming in for GA. First substitute of the game for them. Mentioned GA coming in with a 2-3 overall record. This ball trickles out of bounds. Last touch by Palumbo, it'll be GA ball. GA's 2 wins came against Cristo Rey in their season opener, and then Friends Select, a team that Palumbo lost to. 2 losses at the tournament last week, and as you mentioned, Jack, against LaSalle and then Wissahickon, and then most recently a loss to Friends Central 67-45. GA, though, steadily getting up to full health, though, here with Traina and Shue. Putnam, mid-range 2 is short. Rebound to Khalifa. Lengthy 3 is off the marks. Palumbo has got it down low. Putnam on defense as you hear the air ball chants. Brooks corralling it. Smith out to Marvin as Coach Dolan will take the first time out of the game today, or second overall, first for GA.
Yeah, as said before, great start for the boys at the academy. I mean, no points on the board for Palumbo right now. They're going to be looking to, you know, change it up a little bit in the huddle, but GA could not be going any better for them right now.
Well, something that GA has really wanted to improve upon, looking at the results so far this season, is their energy. They don't think they've been energized enough throughout the full length of the game so far.
And if you're not feeling energized, what's going to get you more energized than this tournament, this crowd?
Absolutely.
You know, everyone going crazy. So it's not honestly, it's not a surprise to see them playing this well early with, you know, their biggest crowd that they've seen behind them.
And GA leading 12-0 in the first quarter. Coach Dolan said that they've been getting outscored in the first quarter by opposing teams because they're not doing the little things well. They're not playing defense well enough. They're not communicating well enough. Well, looks like they're doing that and then some here tonight. Up 12-0, 4 minutes left to play. Luke Hopley, the junior, a good shooter, finding Smith on the drive. Finish isn't there.
The GA fans want a foul there, but they're not going to get one just yet.
Andrew Feigans looks like he'll be running things tonight for Palumbo at the point guard position. This is Torrance with it now, guarded closely by Marvin. Good job by Marvin on defense. GA's yet to allow a bucket so far here tonight. Loose ball squirting back to Palumbo. Again, no shot clock tonight, so they have time to reset, possibly run something else offensively. Marvin giving Feigens no room to maneuver. Pull back three, won't go. Rebounded by Palumbo. Khalifa back up with it. Basket can't connect, but a foul was called. First free throws for the game for Palumbo. Sully Khalifa. Fans trying to make it as difficult as possible. 0 for 1 so far. Shu comes back in for GA. As does TJ Gilliam for Palumbo.
Honestly, it'll be pretty interesting to see how many minutes they give Shu tonight. Obviously, it depends on the script of the game, but I know he had some foot soreness this week, so interested to see how much he plays.
Yeah, he played as Khalifa knocks down the free throw for the first point for Palumbo. Shu played very budgeted time against Friends Central in very short spurts. And again, GA wants to have him back as soon as possible, but it's important that he's at full health for league games. 3-ball from Trena. Too strong. Marvin to the rebound. Shu hit a three earlier there in that corner. Instead, it's Trena working it around. Again, it's Shu, the point guard, driving in, going up. It won't go. Good drive, though, from Jake Shu. He has looked like he is definitely operating at 100%, not just tonight, but at practice throughout this past week. And that is really good to see.
Yeah, even though he's experiencing some pain, it's not like it's taken away from his game out there. He's definitely trying to play through it, so that's good to see.
Torrance handing one off. Gilliam looking for an opening. He hands off Feigens as Palumbo slows it down. Khalifa registered the only point for Palumbo tonight, and he gets rejected by Blake Smith. Jake Shu quickly ahead. Bounce pass to Trena. It's good.
Like you said earlier, Corey, in their first 4 games this season, GA's looked like they've had it, but there was just that one thing that was holding them back. And everything's kind of coming together here so far in the first quarter. So
the senior duo of Jake Shu and Casey Trena have both started since their sophomore year, have both been on this team since their freshman year.
It's probably those two that were the missing piece. That's what they're missing so far.
Providing the energy are two of the senior captains. Smith interrupted that pass. Nice bounce back to Feigens so Palumbo can reset. And eventually Smith is whistled down for the foul.
Just want to congratulate Blake Smith on getting into college. Say he's headed to Northwestern next year, so that's huge for him. Congrats, Blake.
Absolutely. 3 of these seniors, Shu, Trena, and Smith, all announcing college decisions, or at least places they've been accepted to over the last number of days. Casey Trena announcing he got into Stanford. We mentioned Shu committing to University of Pennsylvania to play football, and then you just mentioned Blake Smith headed to Northwestern.
That's not a bad combo of 3 schools right there.
No, I hear they're relatively good academically. That tends to be the word on the street with them. Minute and a half left to play in the first quarter. Powerful drive by Gilliam draws a foul.
Leo McElroy called for the foul there. One thing to say about him is after that LaSalle game, I think everyone identified him as the one kid who wasn't afraid to make a play. He went out there, put his head against all 5 guys on that team, and he wasn't afraid to throw up some crazy shots in that game, and it didn't go their way, but it was good to see him out there not being afraid of anything.
Yeah, because something that GA has missed with Shu and Trena is their driving ability, their ability to get to the basket. And McElroy provided that in their absence. And that creates open shots as well. 1 of 2 at the free throw line goes Gilliam, averaging 24.7 minutes per game this year to go along with 4.3 points per game. The senior 6'2" forward. Shu dancing around, lost the ball, but it was because of a foul. Block is called against Palumbo. Especially good to see GA off to a strong start tonight because they've kind of struggled in that aspect so far this season. We talked about it, the energy from the fans, knowing that you're playing in front of them, but also for the great Make-A-Wish cause and in honor of the longtime coach Jim Fenner here at Germantown Academy. The late Jim Fenner, class of 1760. This tournament's been renamed in honor of him. McElroy finding Trena on the drive. Casey Trena has got another basket. Counted and 1.
Casey Traina was so bummed that he was sick for that LaSalle game last week. He said that would have been the biggest game of his high school career. So it's great to see him out here tonight because you know how much he wanted to be there and you know how much he wants to show what he can do in front of these fans.
Last year, a 43% field goal percentage, 102 total points. Third on the team in scoring behind Shu and Jordan Longino. As a sophomore, 308 points. That was second on the team, and he was the only other player besides Longino to average double figures, 11.41 points per game. And Train is a player who can get involved down low, but also shoots the three ball. Speaking of three balls, the three ball here is off the marks. Quinn Corman, another senior, corrals the rebound up to Traina off of that last basket. Putnam faking, and as he spins away, he draws a foul. Under a minute left to play, 17-2, GA. Traina inbounding to McElroy. One of many seniors on this GA roster. Corman, Putnam, Traina, McElroy, the seniors out there now. Traina, lengthy two off the marks. Good rebounding by Khalifa. Flynn Brooks is the only non-senior out there now. As a freshman, he's gotten a lot of minutes so far this season. A talented shooter who, when he is on, the threes are flowing.
It's funny to see because we've associated GA the whole year with playing underclassmen. Obviously, Bryce Rollerson on the bench who started a couple games for them. So Coach Dolan has not been afraid to play the underclassmen, but here tonight it's been all seniors.
They've needed them in the absence of Traina and Shu. Traina's got 8 to shoot. All the way in himself. Tipped out of bounds by Palumbo. And it's gotten those underclassmen good experience for when players like Traina, Shu, and the other seniors lead this program at the end of this year. Traina for three to end the quarter. It can't go. Nonetheless, a good first half from Casey Traina and the Patriots. They lead 17-4, and they look really good so far tonight, Jack.
Yeah, great first quarter. I can't even point out a thing that they could improve on, honestly, right now. Maybe crashing the boards on the defensive end a little harder, but, they've looked great so far.
Yeah, speaking of boards, something GA wants to improve on is boxing out, both offensively and defensively, when they are trying to corral rebounds. Again, they are not the tallest team. Palumbo probably outsizing them. As such, they rely on their shooting ability a lot.
Yeah, Palumbo definitely outsized them if you look at the huddles right now. But part of the big reason GA's up 17-4 right now is because of those boards. They haven't looked like the smaller, weaker team out there. They've been going up right with them, so that's also really good to see.
No, and just because maybe you're outsized, doesn't mean you can't get involved on the boards. Things like boxing out, those are going to prove effective regardless of whether or not you're outsized.
And also, I think GA getting all their guys back contributes to being able to crash the boards. Now you're not tired going up for a rebound on the defensive or offensive end, so that depth is really going to help in all areas of the game, but especially on the boards. Yeah,
having players like Smith, Traina, Shu, who are really good at driving to the basket, has kind of opened that up. Maybe a little harder for GA to penetrate the defense when they're not out there, but regardless, those three open up a lot of opportunities, both down low and up top. For this GA offense, under play, second quarter, 17-4 in favor of the Patriots. Feigens against Smith, spinning into the basket. And a foul's called down low. This will go against Smith. Khalifa will inbound with Putnam in his face. Again, one of just a few forwards for GA on this team, but a lot of guards understand that. Travel called against Palumbo will give GA another opportunity offensively. Again, Putnam and Jack Brookman, two senior forwards, the only two forwards listed on this GA roster, but guys like Traina, McElroy, Smith, despite being guards, they get involved in aspects like rebounding. Brooks from three. It's good. A high arching three ball falls down for the freshman, his first 3 points of the night.
Everyone on this team will tell you, Flynn Brooks is not afraid to shoot the ball. He will jack up anything from anywhere. So he's going to be involved if they're shooting the three ball heavy.
The freshman three ball gets the "We have a freshman" chant going. Khalifa good on that last layup, 20-6 now. GA quickly ahead, Smith up with it. He's denied by Khalifa, nice block from the senior power forward. Flynn Brooks hit 3 3-pointers against Friends Select, finishing with 11 points. Again, a lot of different players are going to be key in replacing the shooting ability of Jordan Longino, a player which GA lost last year due to graduation. Probably the greatest player in the history of this program. He set the all-time points record last year. Flynn Brooks, underhand scoop layup. That one wouldn't go. And that is kind of the obvious elephant in the room if you're GA. It's replacing the greatest player in the history of your program. No easy task, but seems like they've done a good job of adjusting.
You have Flynn Brooks. You have Jordan Longino over Alvin Williams, Corey?
I think after he broke his record, I think that's a fair thing to say. No offense to Alvin Williams, the great Villanova Wildcat.
All right.
And former NBA player, second-round pick. Brooks for 3. He does not have another one. Rattles in and out.
Talk about the GOAT debate. We're going to start the great GA debate.
Yeah, I mean, you could go either way with Williams and Longino, but hey, when you hold the all-time scoring record, I think it's safe to say you're the greatest in program history.
It's true.
And Longino broke that record in a very abbreviated season last year, just 9 games. Now, playing at Villanova himself. Trena, cutting, nice move. And a push is called against Palumbo. Trena thought that was against him, and the ref kind of made it seem like it was, and I was a little befuddled myself until I realized it was against Palumbo. So GA will inbound under the basket. That'll be Luke Marvin. Another player who can shoot the 3 ball. GA likes to cycle the ball around, set up an opening from 3. We've already seen Marvin connect on a 3 ball tonight.
Luke Topley just checked in for the Patriots. He's one of the guys that Coach Stone will love bringing off the bench. Great utility player for them.
Another player wasn't there in the LaSalle tournament, so they're glad to have him back as well. Smith, an opening and a finish.
Talked a lot about Shu and Trena driving. What about Blake Smith?
Yeah, Blake Smith, you can't forget about him.
He had a monster game against Wishick and a couple really strong takes and a couple crazy finishes. So
you see the length and athleticism that he possesses. Can just kind of reach over guys to finish the plays off and get baskets. Mid-range jumper, Smith leaping up to the rebound, a hard-earned rebound from number 15. Blake Smith, bounce pass to Shu, going up with it and connecting off the glass.
Patriots running riot right now. They're feeding off that momentum. They're getting the ball up the court in transition, and they're getting points out of it.
And Palumbo calling a timeout, down 24-6. And good on that last basket to see the confidence of Jake Shu to go up with it on a contested layup.
He looks 100%, Corey.
He does. He does. You cannot deny that.
I'm surprised. I didn't, that took really quick recovery time after that injury. So proud of him, and that's huge.
It's certainly a difficult injury to come back. It was a torn ligament in his foot. And originally he said, obviously he wanted to get back as soon as possible, but when people were obviously quick to ask him, hey, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? He said his target date was the Make-A-Wish tournament. And obviously, he is back here tonight, as it is good to see the love from the GA sports fans.
Yeah, fans giving Corey a little shout-out. He's become a fan favorite over his time in the football booth and now in the basketball games this year.
And you as well. Always great to be up here with you. Our first live stream of the boys basketball season.
Worthy to note that we haven't seen Bryce Rollerson yet, a kid who started a couple games when Trena and Shu were absent, so be keeping an eye out for him and when he gets in the game, because he's a guy who can make an impact.
Yeah, we'll look out for him, see if he plays here tonight. A floater off the back iron for Palumbo. Put back for them is good, though.
That's where Palumbo's just a little bigger than GA. You see it right there, but GA's speed right now is countering that.
Shu, nice moves from the free throw line. It won't go. Yeah, that's something Jake Shu does really well, is those great handling ability as the point guard. Second on the team in scoring last year behind Jordan Longino. Second on the team in rebounds. Led the team in assists for the second straight year. Nice pass here that sets up the basket from Feigens. Now a 14-point lead for GA. Shu running things over to Marvin for three. Rebound pops loose. And they're going to say that was out of bounds, and Palumbo last touched it. Jake Shu averaging 12.89 points per game last season. Again, playing significant minutes here tonight. Traina, that is absolutely phenomenal. What a scoop and finish from the senior guard. The strength of Casey Traina on full display right there. He and Shu clearly back at 100% tonight. Feigens, nice moves, spinning against Marvin, looking for an outlet, will dump it back out to Khalifa. GA doing their best, not allowing Palumbo to get in down low, setting up a three that won't go. And if you're GA, you don't want Palumbo to get down low because they're not a terrific three-point shooting team. Here comes a three from Topley that bounces in and out.
Topley's a fan favorite. I'm looking forward to seeing him hit a three.
Going back to the shooting of Palumbo, 48 of 160 from the floor overall. That's 30%. But from three, they are just 6 of 36 as they're called for the travel. That's a shooting percentage of just 17% from three. So if you're GA, you want to force those threes because so far this season, Palumbo hasn't hit them. And they'll probably be looking to use their size, Palumbo, to their advantage. Under 3 minutes left to go in the first half. 26-10 in favor of GA. They had that great start to kick things off here in the first quarter. Dish out to Topley, across to Putnam. He's going to try a three. This one won't go. Hustles after the rebound, but that was right to Gilliam of Palumbo. Cole Putnam, the big man, not afraid to try his hand at a three.
Not known for his three-point shooting, but if you leave him that open, he's going to try one.
And why not? He forces a turnover here, and then a foul is called against him.
Great hustle play from Cole Putnam. He's a kid who you don't have to worry about him not leaving it all out there. He's always going to go 100%.
GA will take a timeout, yeah. And Putnam is a guy who GA can rely a lot on because he is what looks to be the tallest player on this team. Doesn't technically play a center role. GA hasn't had a true center the past few seasons, but they've obviously done well without one. Last year finishing 6-3 overall. Wins against Episcopal three times, Penn Charter, SCH, and Haverford. Only losses coming against Malvern Prep. 2 losses against them and the Haverford school.
The Interact is going to be very strong this year. Going to be good to see how GA stacks up against everyone else because it's a very competitive league this year.
Now you've had Malvern Prep, who's been really good the past few years. Yep. Haverford School had that dominant run 3-4 years ago where they won a state title. Episcopal, SCH, and Penn Charter are 3 really young, up-and-coming teams, but it looks like they've turned that corner and are fully ready to compete this year. SCH had a great game against LaSalle a few days ago. We have a whistle and a foul. This one coming against McKee Jones.
This hasn't been an individual performance so far in the first half either. You've seen every single player in the starting lineup especially chip into this 26 points so far.
Yeah, that's been a common theme for both boys and girls basketball teams this year. Everyone up and down the floor. There's not one player who's running away with all the stats on a given night. It's everyone on the lineup contributing a pretty equal amount. Traina looking to contribute some more. That one wouldn't go from 3.
Corey, you commentated the girls' game earlier. How strong did they look?
They looked absolutely terrific. Over 80 points offensively and just a great defensive unit. A really young team.
It's a lot of points for a high school game.
Yeah, just 3 total healthy underclassmen right now, or upperclassmen, and GA's just continued to get better over the past few weeks, and they look like a dangerous team right now to the GA girls basketball team. So does this boys team right now, up by 16, minute and a half left to play. Smith taking the handoff, leaping through defenders and finishing it off. Blake Smith likes that one, as does the crowd. The second time tonight he split the defense of the Griffins. Faking the three was Khalifa, getting it back down low, and Smith is called for the foul.
Crowd is really behind Blake Smith right now after they saw his college acceptance earlier today, and you can tell he's really happy about that. He's playing with some confidence, so good to see him out there.
He was a little nervous this afternoon regarding that decision, understandably so. So having not only received the decision but gotten in, looks really comfortable so far tonight. First free throw won't go. And Smith is a player, it'll be interesting to see what role he plays offensively this season, because you see his driving ability, but he's a guy who can shoot the three ball as well. Coach Dolan has said that Blake Smith helps them in so many ways. Last year started in his first year as a junior, 12 of 32. That's a 38% field goal percentage. Shot 25% from three, to go along with 40 rebounds and 6 blocks. That tied for the team lead with Longino. So good defender too is Blake Smith. As we tick towards the 1 minute mark. Whipping one over to Marvin. Was Brooks scooping one across. Topley moving in, going in, and count the basket! Topley's gonna be headed to the free throw line to try to make it a 3-point play.
Worthy of note, Topley also a phenomenal lacrosse player. He'll be coming somewhere very high Division I soon, so dual sport athlete and phenomenal take from him.
I hear you're not too bad of a lacrosse player yourself.
I try, Corey. You give me a hard time, but I try my best.
Marvin, scrappy, rebounding. Will turn back out with it. He fell. And then plays it back up. Palumbo moving in. Topley on defense. Final 40 seconds. 30-11 in favor of GA. Cutting in is Palumbo. Floater won't go. Put back. Sitting there, and it falls down. GA's got 30 seconds to run a play. Again, with these tournaments, no shot clock. So GA has plenty of time to run whatever play they want to draw up. Topley starts it up. Brooks in the corner. Good! Flynn Brooks from three. Get used to hearing that. 10 seconds for Palumbo. Can they respond? They cut in under the basket. Topley on defense. Forced out of bounds. It'll stay with the Griffins.
Flynn Brooks is regarded as a great shooter. He's not shooting as well as he'd like to in the game so far, especially the ones over the weekend against Wissahickon and LaSalle, but he's not going to stop shooting, I'll tell you that.
See what the Griffins, they shoot here, won't go as the buzzer sounds, bringing us to an end of the first half here this evening. GA's up by 20 after the first 2 quarters, and Jack, they came out with such a strong start, aided by these great fans at GA. What have you seen from GA that you really like so far?
It's an all-around performance right now. Like I said earlier, it's not one guy. Blake Smith's been the guy for them so far, but this is an all-around performance. Everyone contributing on the scoreboard, on the boards, all over the place. So, and now it seems we have a semi-proposal from your own Superfans leader, Matt Andrus, getting the crowd into it.
I wasn't anticipating a halftime show today, or tonight, but it looks like we got one.
He told me about that today at school. He was planning on this, but it slipped my mind, but he's just trying to get the people into it, as always.
Good for Matt Andrus, co-Superfans leader here with Brio Era. Well, we were about to end the first 2 quarters on a positive note. GA up by 20, but that last semi-proposal just sweetens that even more. We'll be back in the 3rd quarter with GA up by 20. getting set to resume things here in the third quarter. GA up by 20, 33-13. Final 16 minutes of play about to commence. A great start from the Patriots here today. Got off to a 12-0 run early on. So great to see for a team that's maybe struggled to get things going in the positive direction early in games. They've done a nice job kind of responding to any deficits they might have, but they have not trailed once in this game so far tonight.
And if you're Coach Stolen going into halftime there, no changes for you really. You've done everything right. Go out there, same half you played in the first half, and this should be a relatively easy win for them.
And again, Corey Miller alongside Jack Luviano here from Germantown Academy, the Jim Fennerty Make-A-Wish basketball tournament. So great to honor the late Coach Fennerty. 24th year we've had this tournament here at Germantown Academy. It was the brainchild of Jim Fennerty and Peter McVeigh, class of 1760. Fennerty was a longtime coach here at GA. Coached here for 30 years, compiled 626 career wins. That's the most in Interact League history. Only the third boys basketball coach in Philadelphia history to reach 600 career wins. Offensively, Trena in on the basket, drew the foul.
Just one thing about Coach Fennerty, he is genuinely one of the nicest people I've ever met in the GA community. I mean, and that's a huge reason why we're honoring him. Took time out of his day to, meet with me about certain stuff for college. He's truly a phenomenal guy.
Yeah, under Fennerty, GA won 17 Interact titles, including 5 straight from 2013 to 17. His teams recorded 17 20-plus seasons, and he brought home the GA boys basketball first ever state title. And as you said, Jack, a person who transcended just boys basketball as a college counselor, a history teacher, and just such a great person here at GA. Really made an impact on everyone he interacted with here at GA.
100%.
And we certainly miss him every day, but what better way to honor him than naming this tournament after him? Really can't put into perspective or say in words what he meant and still means, what his legacy means to this GA school and this boys basketball program each and every day. Trena stepping into a three, in and out. GA's hit a fair share of threes so far today. Some of them have rattled in and out, but good to see that they're feeling confident from beyond the arc so far today. No points so far this third quarter. Minute gone, Shu guarding Feigens, and he was whistled down for the travel. Again, he hasn't played the whole game, but Jake Shu's gotten a lot of playing time so far tonight. He played against Friends Central earlier this week, but that was a really budgeted amount, as we said earlier. And he looks good. The foot looks good, showcasing the moves. Sets up Marvin, right back to Putnam, scooping it to Smith, faking the three. Blake Smith had a great first half, and now it's Trena along to Shu. Pushing off!
Offensive
and
foul.
That's gonna, yeah.
It's
Shu wanted it,
yeah.
The fans wanted it, the coaches wanted it. The ref didn't want it though, and that's actually what matters. So, nonetheless.
If there's one play from this game to show you that the foot's 100%, go watch that back a couple times.
Yeah, the lateral movement has been there throughout the game. Corner three. Won't go. First three from Palumbo, and then a whistle against them.
From a Palumbo perspective, just too many mistakes. They've been called for a couple travels tonight, a couple walks, double dribble there. Just clean it up a little bit if you're them, and got to start making some shots.
Yeah, probably look to Andrew Feigens, senior captain at 6'4", guard/wing player. Leads the team in minutes per game, points per game, field goals attempted, and field goals made. He's attempted the most free throws as well. Shu driving in. Jake Shu is fouled. The Jake Shu chants erupting from this GA fan base. Some of these underclassmen, or excuse me, upperclassmen now, underclassmen 2 years ago, like Shu and Trena. Don't want to say it was their coming out party, but really made it known how talented they were 2 years ago at this Make-A-Wish tournament. Some of the first games they started here at GA.
Jake Shue was actually the one who made the 10th point 2 years ago. Worthy of note, I know he really wanted to make it tonight, but Cole Putnam stole a show from him.
A senior nonetheless. Topley will play Shue, finishes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Shue and Traina, both terrific complementary players to the scoring ability of Jordan Longino. Kind of got underlooked because of how talented Longino was. People associated his name with this GA program, but they're talented throughout their roster. Tough roll for Palumbo, looking for their own rebound. It's Traina scooping it away. Driving up with it. Nice move to hold on to possession. Flipping one over to Topley, who will slow things down. Train has been involved tonight. Smith, hesitation. Now dumping it off to Putnam, pressured. And it's Topley now, up top. Back to Putnam. Corralling. Cole Putnam driving. Cole Putnam with the basket.
Not something we see from him a lot. A lot of drives and tough finishes, but, you know, that's good. That's really good for him to not be, you know, scared there, and a lot of contact in his face from a lot of big guys.
Well, with his size, certainly a player who's capable of getting those baskets down low. Errant pass here, goes out of bounds.
Just going back to your Casey Traina, Jake Shue point, when all you're hearing for your first 3 years of your career is Jordan Longino, Jordan Longino, Jordan Longino, must be good for them to feel, you know, they're the guy now. You know, Coach Dolan needs someone to score. He's going to Jake Shue or Casey Traina, and I know how good that must feel for them.
Traina almost scored on that last opportunity, made a nice move. You certainly don't want to compare necessarily players because it doesn't do certain people justice because everyone has a different playing style.
Yep.
But I kind of thought as Traina ahead. Fast break opportunity for him. Basket will not count. Foul was called on his drive. G will inbound underneath, but kind of the situation with Shue and Traina, two guys who started since their sophomore year, kind of reminds you of the last time GA won the Interact title. They're led by two 1,000-point scorers, Kyle McCloskey and Evan Eric Longino. Not exactly the same with situation for GA this year, but that same team with McCloskey and Longino had 5 starters that were all seniors. All 5 senior starters was what GA came out with tonight. Smith, a senior. They're going to say he traveled, so it'll be Palumbo ball. And the other thing with Shue and Traina, with those two, you have perhaps the most tenured backcourt in terms of starting experience of any team in the Interact.
Absolutely. Like you said, they both started since sophomore year, and a lot of guys don't have that experience due to the no season junior year. So them getting that experience early in their careers is going to be vital, especially this year.
Smith with the moves. Marvin gets the pass from him. Luke Marvin up with it. Rebounded by him. A jump ball is forced. Actually, no, it looks like a foul was called. It's a good effort from Luke Marvin to corral his own rebound.
Luke Marvin, for not being the tallest guy out there, he gets a lot of rebounds. I think that's just due to hustle, boxing guys out, and you really got to want that ball if you're going to be, a good 4 or 5 inches shorter than guys coming up with it.
Marvin led the team in points with 10 against Friends Central, had 10 against Friends Select, and 13 against Cristo Rey. Getting his rebounds and shooting 3-pointers, and he drills this one. Marvin loves to shoot the 3-ball when he's open.
Yep, captain along with Shue and Traina also.
He attempted 23 3-pointers last year. He did have 20 rebounds as well. Player who gets involved in many facets. Foul called against GA. It will be 2 shots for Palumbo, under 4 minutes left to play. Here in the third quarter, gotta say, not a lot of scoring so far this quarter.
No, and GA will be perfectly happy with that. They're fine to sit it where they are.
That last made free throw was the first point of this third quarter from Palumbo. We went into halftime with a 33-13 lead. So that means just 7 points have been scored here in the third quarter, with GA leading 39-15. Feigens finishes 2 of 2 at the line. Attempts a lot of free throws. McElroy, he's got Doggart. He's going to take it himself. And a block is going to be called.
There's that change from Palumbo there. They go to the full court press. But from a Palumbo perspective, GA breaks that way too easily. One pass to the middle of the court to McElroy, and you've got either a layup for him or a layup to Doherty underneath. So
Doherty, another freshman on this GA roster. McElroy to the free throw line after drawing the blocking foul. GA looking to get to 40 points. Again, Palumbo's done a nice job adjusting defensively. Both free throws no good. Driving in, floater won't go.
Another Marvin rebound.
All the way up to McElroy, splitting defenders and finishing the basket. On a nice feed from Luke Marvin. Got the board, found McElroy who finished things off. And now GA eclipses the 40-point marker. 3 minutes left to play. Tillman tried to get it to go over Trena. Marvin brings it up, whipping one to Doherty. Corner three, won't go. McElroy back up with it on a well-earned basket from the senior. Omar Hutchings against Topley, fires one away. Rebound by Trena. GA slows it down. Brooks, Shu, and Smith ready to come back in for them. In the meantime, though, it's Trena. Dishing to Topley, who will slowly maneuver back out. We'll see what GA draws up. Right now it's Trena ducking in. Casey Trena cutting it to Marvin in the corner. It's good. Another exclamation point from Luke Marvin. GA calls timeout, adding on to their lead. It's 46-15 Patriots.
I'd be interested to know how many of GA's points are fast break points. You see every time they get a board on the defensive end, it's immediately heads up, throwing the ball up court, going for that quick, easy two.
Yeah, especially as you mentioned, against this full court press that Palumbo's tried over the last few minutes. GA's been able to find some opportunities down the court, and they've exploited them. We've seen McElroy drive to the basket. Hearing that well-earned 2 points on the layup attempt a few minutes ago. And then Luke Marvin hit the corner three to give GA 46 points.
And when you have as deep of a bench as GA does tonight with all their guys back, it makes it easy to push the floor like that, because if you're tired, guess what? You got another sub coming on who's great. So, you know, having all those guys back.
Yeah, and Coach Dolan has not been afraid to turn to his bench to give guys breaks so far this season. It's been all 9 league games for him so far. Again, Coach Dolan in his 3rd season has done a great job in his 3 years at GA. We mentioned the 6-3 mark for GA last year, good for 3rd in the Interac, although no champion was declared. Smith, nice job defensively, finding Brooks, who finds McElroy. We'll see what GA draws up. Over the top to Trena, and he ducks it in. Beautiful dish from McElroy to lob it over the Palumbo defenders. GA a little disorganized defensively, doesn't matter though. Trena up to Smith for the dunk. Oh, he couldn't get it.
Oh, God. I didn't know Blake had that in him.
As soon as I saw him sprint up with it, I thought there was a chance. And if he had made that dunk, as he was fouled too, he would have sent this crowd into a frenzy.
What's that, Corey? More fast break points?
Yes. Quinn Corman back in for GA. Something Blake Smith takes a lot of pride in is his free throw shooting. Last year made all 5 of his free throw attempts. Looking to go 2 for 2 at the line here. He does. You see how quick he is? On that last dunk attempt, sneaks down low to get rebounds. Palumbo sneaks into the GA zone, passing it back out wide. Feigen's directing traffic. Palumbo looking to cut into the GA deficit. McElroy, good defense. Feigen spinning in. Now putting one up that can't connect. Rebounded by Palumbo. Hutchings in the quarter. Right back to Feigen's backing out. Up top, it sets up a three from Tillman, which he drills. With the clock approaching 1 minute, Traina fires one ahead to Corman. Backs off, bounce pass. Flynn Brooks from three. Won't go. Traina there for the rebound, though. McElroy sizing things up. GA slows it down a little bit. Under a minute now. 50-18 Patriots. And we have a whistle and a foul.
Going back to what you said earlier about Blake Smith and his free throw shooting, I think that says a lot about, you know, what kind of guy he is and how much he cares. He came off the court after missing a couple consecutive free throws against Wissahickon, and you could see how mad he was. It shows how much he cares, and, you know, shows what a good guy he is.
Those free throws are opportunities that you really want to take advantage of. As Coach Dolan's talked about, it's those little things that will add up and can be the difference in winning a game versus losing a game. GA's done those little things, I'd say, pretty well here tonight. And speaking of Blake Smith, he'll shoot free throws here. 47.5 left to play in the third quarter. Palumbo's in the bonus, so it was a 1-and-1 for Blake Smith. GA's got just two fouls in this second half. Now up to 51 points, and it was kind of interesting. We mentioned how they hadn't scored a whole lot in the third quarter, and then they exploded. Going from 39 to 51 in a hurry. On that 12-point run. Foul was called as Tillman ducked in. Putnam coming back in for GA. Fans liking what they've seen so far today. They saw an emphatic victory by the girls basketball team. The boys leading Palumbo by a lot here in the third quarter. Final half minute. Tillman ducking in again. And we have another foul. So it's been Quinn Corman guarding Terrell Tillman. We'll see where they want to go with it here. It's a bounce pass down low that squirts loose to Tillman. Lob up here. Feigens corrals it. Doherty right in his face. Feigens is going to come in, and then Doherty's called for the block.
It's been a little bit of a one-man show for Palumbo. Feigens is kind of trying to do everything himself.
Yeah, we talked about how he leads the team, multitude of stats, 12.3 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game. Again, the three-pointers from Palumbo so far this season haven't fell. Here's a three-pointer here that is well short. And they're going to say Palumbo last touched that. 14.7 seconds for GA to run something here. Traina, Putnam, Brooks, Doherty, and Corman. Corman's open in the corner, but it was interrupted by Palumbo. They have 7 seconds to get something started. Odd man rush for them. This is Feigens. Floater won't go. 1 second and 0. Buzzer sounds. A jump ball was called. Basket won't go. So GA leading 51-18 with 8 more minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. The game they've started out strong and continued that success here in the third quarter. For GA, it'll be nice to possibly get some of these players who may not have started into the game. Rest your starters up. You got another game tomorrow at 6:30.
Yeah, especially with a big crowd here like this. I know they'll enjoy seeing guys like Henry Westcott and Jack Brookman towards the end of the bench get in, so that'll be interesting to see towards the end of the game.
2 seniors on this varsity team, Henry Westcott, Jack Brookman. Again, great experience for all these GA players in these non-league games to get offensively, get everything down. Defensively, same thing. And get some of these younger players reps. GA has not played a league game yet. Shu is back out there for GA on a play that sees Putnam intercept the pass and then dish it to Shu. Slamming on the brakes is the senior point guard. Sully Khalifa is right on him, and eventually he fouls Jake Shu.
It's interesting to see Jake. We're up 33 here, and we still have Jake Shu in the game. Shows you a lot about how, what kind of level of conditioning and how his foot is. I know we've talked about it before, but I'm really surprised to still see him out there, but
yeah,
also really excited.
And he probably wants all the playing time he can get. We talked about it, though. What's important is that GA is fully healthy come Interact season, because we talked about how competitive the league circuit will be this year. Shu at the free throw line to shoot 1-1. Something we talked about Shu and Trina and how impactful they are, but something that both of them have really improved upon over the past 2 years is their shooting ability. I know Jake Shu's really been working on that. 32% he shot from 3 2 years ago as a sophomore. Last year, he brought that up 6 points to 38%, and he led the team in three-point field goal percentage last year. Again, that's with a team with Jordan Longino on it. No easy task. Tough basket here for Gilliam, goes down. Full court press for Palumbo. GA will beat it with a pass up to Putnam. He's got an opening. Brooks faking the three. Now finding Corman in the corner. Shu from 3. Won't go. Shu hit the 3 to start the game here tonight. Almost had another one there. Feigens driving in.
You were just talking about Shu and Trina improving their mid-range and three-point shooting, but you also talked about how good they are at driving. And when you can shoot the ball from 3 and be efficient there, that opens up your driving game. So that does a lot for, both facets of their offensive games.
And maybe as a smaller team, it's more difficult for GA to drive into the paint. But when you have some good outside shooters and you open them up, you start connecting, it opens up those lanes down low.
Spread the defense, get guys going into the cup.
GA certainly tried to do that, work the ball around up top. They work it here to Brooks, 2-on-1 maybe with Corman. Brooks will do it himself now, ducking it out to Corman, who moves in, finds Shu. Doesn't like what he sees there, so he'll bounce it, looking for Putnam. Kick ball back to Shu, who will reset into the middle. Guarded by Gilliam. Jake Shu, nice pass to Trina, ducking in. Casey Trina. Finish wasn't quite there on a nice move. Shu tried to swat that one away, but Khalifa goes up with it. Was not fouled. Good defense by Putnam and company. Will lob one ahead to Trina, directing traffic. Corner 3 for Quinn Corman. This one off the mark. Quickly ahead is Palumbo. Corman back on defense. They pull it up, and a foul is called. That was Jaleel Drummond, the sophomore. Over 6 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. 53-22 GA. Looks like we will have some subs for them. Blake Smith, Luke Marvin, and Tyler Nolan all in for GA.
Tyler Nolan, the freshman shooter, checking in for the first time tonight.
So how many freshmen have we seen tonight? We've
Brooks,
seen Flynn Brooks,
Nolan,
Andrew
Doherty.
Doherty, and Tyler Nolan. That's 3. And
The only one you haven't seen is Rollerson.
yeah, we've seen Bryce Rollerson a lot throughout the season so far, too. He was a big part in a lot of underclassmen, kind of replacing Jake Shu at the point guard position. GA had a lot of different players step up and run things. Trina can do it as well.
I know Rollerson was under the weather earlier this week, so that could say something about
Flynn
why he's not
Brooks
playing.
isn't under the weather on that shot, though. He connects deep downtown from 3. Yeah, though, so Rollerson maybe not feeling 100%. GA not feeling the need, obviously, to risk his health.
Absolutely.
So to make sure he stays healthy. Nice basket here. Drummond putting that back up for 2. Marvin turning and finding Blake Smith. You talked about it a lot, Jack, the fast-paced play of the GA offense. Still going at it with 5.5 left to play in the fourth quarter.
Marvin limping out there right now.
Yeah, hobbling around a little bit. Hope he's okay. Flynn Brooks after the last three-pointer. GA taking their time with no shot clock. Gives them more time to run things. Smith is left wide open, and he annihilates it. Oh, Blake Smith detonates. No one is home except number 15 of the Patriots.
What a day for Blake Smith. How about that? Both in the classroom and on the court. And I just watched his dad go absolutely ballistic for him. First time he's thrown down a dunk in a game. That was electric.
I remember 2 years ago in this Make-A-Wish tournament, Tayshaun Mack, a then senior, played center for GA, who's now playing football at the University of California at Pennsylvania, threw down a dunk.
He brought down the roof.
And that crowd, as they just did on that Blake Smith dunk, went wild. And as you said, it's been a great day from Blake Smith.
Great day for Blake Smith.
Both on the court and off the court. And yeah, the driving ability that he showcased all game long, all season long, it just seems like his confidence continues to grow with each game he plays.
That was awesome to see.
That was
fans
terrific.
back. You know, everyone cheering for that was awesome.
Yeah.
And he's smiling right now, laughing at me. He's loving it.
I mean, hey, he was so wide open cutting into the paint that you felt like it was an opportune moment, especially with the lead that you have. He tried one earlier in the game. It didn't quite connect. He was fouled as he threw it down. But make no mistake about it, that last one was certainly good. 58-25 now, GA. Under 5 minutes left to play. Well, I think you can hear him. The fans want Henry Westcott. Leo McElroy, bounce pass intercepted by Drummond. Tillums attempted a lot of shots for Palumbo here in the fourth quarter.
The two seniors I named earlier, the crowd's calling for him now.
Coach Dolan not seeming particularly fazed by the crowd's chants, but I'd say the odds are pretty good that we see Westcott and Brookman at some point today.
Everyone's getting shout-outs here now.
So good to have fans back in the building for this great Make-A-Wish tournament. Wasn't the same without him. Brooks, how about another three? This one won't go. Tolman will bring it back up. Run into by Doherty, a block's called against him. Bryce Rollerson, we've been waiting for him all game, Jack, and it looks like he'll be headed in here.
Yep, Bryce, crafty point guard for the Patriots. Likes to drive similar to Trena and Shu. Get in the paint, throws up a couple floaters occasionally. That's pretty much his game.
Yeah, GA really likes everything about his game as a freshman. You mentioned it.
Yep.
Maybe a smaller point guard, but hey, a terrific ball handler, a large vertical. You see him on the rebound there. Quickly ahead. Nolan's wide open for the basket. Yes, sir.
And I think that's Tyler Nolan's first basket of his career.
I believe it is as well. The freshman on a nice feed from his fellow freshman. Tough basket here. Gilliam counted and one.
And you said Coach Sloan wasn't phased before. He's down on one knee there talking to Brookman and Westcott, so maybe we will see them temporarily.
The shooting shirts are coming off from Henry Westcott and Jack Brookman, and that has got the crowd fired up. In the meantime, Gilliam attempting the free throw after the made basket. This one isn't good. Leave the foul called as Doherty got the rebound. Now 60-27 GA. Well, both of these GA teams, boys and girls basketball, certainly very confident heading into tomorrow. Pouring it on offensively, and the defense for both of them has looked good as well. Both of these teams in the bonus, 1-1 for Doherty. Yeah,
we haven't really talked about Doherty. He's a pretty good three-point shooter too. Made Made a couple against LaSalle, made a couple against Wissahick, and he's not afraid to take it somewhere to Flynn Brooks.
A big-bodied guard, Andrew Doherty, another freshman. Yeah, a lot of these GA players, versatile guys who can do a lot of things. Westcott and Brookman heading to the scorer's table. We'll see him momentarily. Torrance dishing it back out. Diallo. Tillms had a nice second half. Now it's Torrance again, though. Putting one up, but he traveled in doing so.
Good defense from Tyler Nolan.
Indeed, and that means Henry Westcott and Jack Brookman are coming on in. Two seniors on this GA roster, and it is good to see them out there. They've gotten some playing time so far this season. A loaded senior class for GA. Luke Marvin, Quinn Coleman, Cole Putnam, Blake Smith, Jake Shue, Henry Westcott, Casey Trina, Jack Brookman, Leo McElroy. That's just under 10. Brookman and Westcott out there now. Brookman sets the screen, pick and roll! Oh, the basket, he doesn't quite have it. Oh man, he almost had that on a beautifully executed play. Palumbo back to the other end, elusive move on a high floater that's short. Westcott to the rebound, forcing the issue. Henry Westcott fighting for it. And we have a kickball called.
Look at Henry Westcott. It's 3 minutes left in the game. He's down there jumping for the ball, scrapping. Just shows why he's a fan favorite.
Doesn't matter what the score is, he's going to go all out, and you got to commend the effort from the senior number 23. Great competitor, great athlete. Terrific to see him and Jack Brookman out there now. Getting through was Drummond, and he finishes it off with a basket and a foul. Jaleel Drummond is a guy who's come in for Palumbo and has had a nice fourth quarter. Free throw's no good. Westcott to the rebound, and he was fouled. We've seen Tillman a lot for Palumbo in the second half as well. Feigens, we talked about, the primary offensive force for this team.
And I'll take Westcott to the line here.
Palumbo is in the bonus. Both of these teams are. Henry Westcott going up to the line with an opportunity for his first varsity points. It'll be 2 shots for Henry Westcott. His first varsity point. First one no good. The crowd wants it.
Yeah, the Super fans really want this for him here.
He's got it! Great moment for Henry Westcott. 1-2 at the line. 63 points now for the Patriots. So good to see him with that point there.
All GA needs is a Jack Brookman point. And I think they can say this is a pretty ideal night.
They've accomplished everything they sought out to do here tonight. Palumbo converts on that last layup attempt. Rollerson running things now offensively in the game here this fourth quarter. Doherty circling in, had it tipped away. Approaching the 2-minute mark. GA holding on to a 32-point lead. Palumbo drove in. It's going to be out of bounds, favoring GA. Khalifa comes back in for Palumbo. Well, depth is certainly something that pretty much all championship teams need to have, and it's good when you get these players a lot of playing time and experience. Rollerson creating an opportunity. Oh man, that was rejected hard by Khalifa. It creates a fast break opportunity for Drummond. Well, getting back to the point though, the more each player plays, the better they're going to get. And it creates a situation for GA where everyone up and down this team has gotten quality minutes come Interact League season. Feeling good tonight. Brookman pick and roll. That one was rejected. 2 straight blocks from Palumbo. This one here won't go in. Palumbo to the rebound. Back up. That doesn't go either. Off of the knee of Doherty. Recovered by Khalifa. Another attempt won't go. And Brookman secures the rebound. A minute and a half left to play as there's a turnover here. And Palumbo cashes in on the miscue from GA. That's Jason Love, the sophomore. Basket is good, and he'll be headed to the free throw line. Maybe if you're GA's, one thing to work on for tomorrow is reducing the amount of fouls here tonight.
Yeah, I think they only had a couple in the first half, but second half, yeah, 10's a couple more than you'd like.
Yeah, in third quarter, they look good. Fourth quarter, they're a little out of hand. Corner three from Westcott! Just a little too strong. Brookman fighting for it, back up, he's got it!
And that received a reception similar to the one for Blake Smith's dunk.
Oh, man. Brookman, a hard-earned layup as he goes spinning out of bounds.
Brookman been at GA since lower school, fan favorite among the parents and students alike.
A hard-earned 2 points, gets the rebound, right back up with it. Jack Brookman, as the fans feeling the energy and the victory approaching. Jack Brookman's the Bowdoin football commit, a terrific offensive guard for GA this football season, and he's got 2 points now here tonight. He and Henry Westcott doing a great job tonight. We eventually have a foul. As a nice job done by Bryce Rollerson.
Bryce Rollerson's got the handles, I'm telling you. Mark my words now, he's going to be a problem in a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's my early prediction.
Yeah, I think he and Shu kind of have that in common. 2 terrific ball handlers. Guys who create space through their nifty ability. .45 seconds left to play. 30-point lead for GA. Tune in tomorrow as well as the Make-A-Wish tournament continues. The boys will play first at 6:30 against Free Erie Charter, and the girls will then play at 8 against Free Erie Charter. And again, both of them feeling confident after wins here tonight. Both doing so in large fashion. It was so great to have all these super fans out here tonight. You could really feel the energy throughout the whole game, something we missed last year. It's still not back to 100% this year, but man, are we lucky to be able to have this tournament and have it with fans. And there's a lot of thank yous to dole out. To do it justice, it's the administration here at GA, it's the athletic department, the communications department for getting this live stream up and running. And it's all the fans, the players, the teams, the coaches doing everything in their power to bring us here tonight. Final 10 seconds. Westcott to the loose ball. He's going to be pressured as Palumbo's not quite ready to go home, but the final horn sounds, capping off a 66-37 win in favor of GA. Jack, it was an absolute pleasure to have you on here today. Your final takeaways from the game here tonight.
Absolute pleasure to be with you here, Corey. And, I think the main takeaway here is honoring Jim Fennery, honoring the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So, great night for GA overall and awesome experience. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Again, Jim Fennerly Make-A-Wish Tournament. We're so glad to be able to have it and honor the late Jim Fennerly, class of 1760. One of the most impactful people in the history of this school and one of the greatest people you could ever come across. Again, congratulations to both boys and girls basketball coming away with wins on day one of the Jim Fennerly Make-A-Wish Tournament. That does it for us here tonight. For Jake Dirks, running graphics, doing a great job tonight. Dylan Jack on camera. The entire communications department and Jack Luviano. This is Corey Miller saying so long from Germantown Academy.